Welcome back, everyone, to OpenLine. Glad you are with us tonight. Tuesday, May 12th. We are talking about the coronavirus, its impact on agriculture here in Tennessee. Farmers, they were, in many cases, struggling before this hit, and this has only added to it. But we have some positive information as well on how farmers are adjusting and moving forward. And we're happy to have with us Lee Maddox. He's Director of Communications with Tennessee Farm Bureau. Keith Harrison, he's the Assistant Commissioner of Business Development with the Tennessee Department of Agriculture, Business Development. And there were some large relief packages, the CARES package, CARES Act passed by Congress, that has impacted or was designed to help farmers. And I want to give both of you a chance to talk about that and just how farmers are moving forward in this. But Keith, what about just how farmers are moving forward and the relief that is coming from the federal government?
This time that we're running through right now, it's difficult for farmers, it's difficult for consumers. It's kind of interesting. One of the things that we stress is social distancing. Well, I didn't realize it, but I've been social distancing all my farming career, riding in the cab of a tractor, if you would, and being out on the farm. And it's been a little different. It's been a new norm for all of us in agriculture as we've gotten through this, just as it has been for the consumers. But as I said earlier, we're into this the long run and the long haul, if you would. And our farmers are looking at the programs that are going to be available to them that we'll go over here in just a moment. Some of these farmers are direct payments to farmers for their farm operation and other aspects of it. But we're looking at that. We're trying to get the word to them as to how they can take advantage of these opportunities that are out there as we move on forward as an industry, because we've got to have agriculture, we've got to have farmers, and we've got to support local farms. It matters. So Lee, what is available to farmers? Do you think are they aware of it? Is the word getting out about what is available in some of these federal packages that have been passed?
I think the word is out, and I think farmers have been looking at that, and if they're not, they should be, and they can be, and we expect them to, because they've been impacted by this virus to like nobody understands. The Congress understands. They wouldn't have passed the bill that they did, the CARES Act, and part of the coronavirus assistance package for farmers, the food assistance package or the farm assistance, and $16 billion. And all they need to do is to contact their local farm service agency. They're prepared. They know it up and down what farmers can expect. And they've got all the information at those local farm service agency offices. And one thing, they know about it because ever since this thing started, ever since the pandemic began, the ag industry in Tennessee has really pulled together like never before. I think Keith would agree that with the Department of Agriculture, with Farm Bureau, with all the commodity associations, I'm talking about, the pork producers, the cattlemen, the corn growers, the soybean growers, the farm credits, the co-ops. I mean, I hate to keep going because I'd leave somebody out. Keith would know that, but there are so many, any ag organization you can think of here in Tennessee. We've been meeting on a weekly basis through, a Zoom kind of call like this to discuss all the issues. And that includes the Farm Service Agency and all our USDA partners. So, and that's one thing that I think more so than anything is that we are in Tennessee, we're blessed because we are such a close family of all the industry pulling together, trying to do what's best for Tennessee agriculture. And so I'm really proud of that. And so, I know our farmers, because all of those different groups are sharing the information with our different groups, and that's making a difference. There's no doubt. It matters.
So I'm glad farmers, you feel like they have a good understanding of what's out there. For somebody who's not a farmer, what is out there? So I'm not. what did Congress pass? What has been, in your opinion, the most valuable tool, and kind of break it down in the most basic way for somebody who's not a farmer? So we just understand the assistance that is going to farms. What have you seen to be the most valuable, that's the most easily explainable?
I think, the part of the package that has been passed is payments to farmers for losses that they may have experienced, if you would, during this time because of coronavirus. And again, as Lee said, talk to your local FSA office about that. That's what's getting put together. And also, a certain amount of this money is going to go towards purchasing of agricultural products, if you would, to go into food banks and that kind of thing. We think that's extremely strong. We realize as an industry there are folks out there that are hungry right now, and we've got to do our part to try to help and to try to have food available to folks that cannot afford it. So I think both those things have been extremely important for farmers and for the industry as a whole.
Okay. Did you want to add something there?
Yeah, I do. One of those, is today. I think $3 billion of that package is going to USDA is utilizing that money to buy directly from farmers that potentially didn't have a market for it because it was going to retail. It was going to the food service industry. And what they're doing is they're finding the food banks that need it. They're finding, as Keith said, those families that are in need. So we're not going to see as much as, unfortunately, what we did see. And we had a little bit of that, of milk dumping in Tennessee, but more so in some other states. And crops, vegetable crops in Florida or California being plowed under. Hopefully we're not going to see that anymore, because that's what part of this money's going to, is to buy up those crops, those surplus crops that that farmers would have been selling, but they had no market for it. So now that's being purchased by USDA and going to those families that are in need.
Well, that is great, because we know there are even more families in need now as a result of all this. All right, we're going to take a break, come back. I think we have a couple phone calls. Take a couple phone calls. We'll be back right after this.